as I can, cheat my way through these.
so so who are you? Who'd you get jammed up with last minute there?
um, Eddie Alvarez.
Okay, I know the name. I'm kind of out of my MMA phase. I don't know what he looks like, but I remember the name. So
He's getting ready to debut, and I think what you call it, bare knuckle.
oh, okay. I haven't seen that yet. I'm intrigued by that. Um, it's just barbaric enough to be entertaining.
Well, I asked him
You know.
about it. I said, "Man, I go that feels like it should really mess you up pretty hard." And he was like, he goes, "It is new, it is hot, and it is brutal." But he said, "Not as lasting a damage as with MMA or UFC."
Really, I can't find that. I mean, I guess you can hit harder when the punches are cushioned. I guess that
Yes,
sort of makes some sort of physiological sense.
yes. There are times where I get lucky that these guys all kind of have the same look.
Right?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
they
you've
they
got
all have the same.
some standard starting points.
Yeah, you could do a little cut and paste with these guys. Borrow something here, borrow something there. Um, yeah, it's but then you come
A little
down.
from column A, a
No
little
matter
from
how much
column
you,
B.
yeah, exactly. But no matter how much you kind of, you still have to do the face, and the face is where. At least this guy has no tattoos. Tattoos are the worst. I have the worst. Are we on? Are we live?
Yeah, we are live. We're talking about your
Okay,
artwork.
good. Yeah, but the
We
worst
have
part of
been for quite a while
tattoos.
now.
Oh, okay, good. Well, the worst part of tattoos, just because they they're really hard to do. Because a lot of times you can't get a good picture of what they look like, and you don't get a clear you can't get a good clear picture of what they look like, and so you
That's why
kind
I
of
would
end up
just do
having to.
squiggles on their arms.
That is why I do squiggles on their arms. There's like a whole bunch of fancy borders and decorative dividers, and so I
Right.
will use those. Uh, I mean, I am proud of my technique has been you do them in a bronze, so they're dark green. They're not black.
Hmm.
They're not green. They don't read as green. They don't read as black. They read as blobby tattoos. And then I've also found a couple of sites, one of which was UFC tats or something like that. It's just bizarre, right? But it'll have
I
close-ups of
believe that still
tattoos.
exists. No, that doesn't surprise me at all.
So you could get close-ups of the tattoos because there's some that I'm looking at. I'm going, what the hell is this? And then you close in, you're like, oh, United States Marine Corps. It's USMC in like a Gothic font that you kind of mush around a little bit, so it
Right.
looks like UMC if you read it, but it just you mimic the shape. I think one guy had Brown Pride tattooed around his neck,
Uh
which
huh. That's
again,
Chael Sonnen, I think.
no, not Sonnen. Sonnen's is the pretty boy dickhead. Um,
Who has the who's the Brown
oh
Pride?
shit!
I can't
I even
remember.
saved the files with their names, so hang on.
I can't remember. I know
Cyborg,
I've seen the
no.
tattoo.
Oh shit! I
Oh,
may have
what's
done it
his
by
name?
last names. Nope.
Read them off. I'll tell you who it is. This will be
Oh
exciting for
god.
our listeners.
We got. It's not Baroni. It's not Rutan. It's not McCarthy. It's that one. Ah, here it is. His last name is Kane. Oh no, you froze up.
There's a little lag. We're having some weather here, so we'll see how this goes. As we know,
Okay.
if Texas gets any sort of weather, everything's subject to change. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, Cain Velasquez.
that's
Velasquez.
it. Yes.
Yeah. That dude's got a jaw on him. Holy shit. But yeah, it says brown pride around his neck.
Yeah.
But you don't see that in some of the photos. You just kind of make it out vaguely. How did I do on this one? Now I'm looking at it to compare. Oh, no, I got it. Okay.
so
Jutting
how
jaw.
often are you doing these? Yeah, he does look a little simian, as I recall.
Yeah.
How often do you do these for Cyrus? And what's Cyrus's website? And we'll plug it.
It's In the Ring with Cyrus Fees. Is it in the ring? What the hell is it? Not in the ring. In the something. Shit. I should
In
know
the
this.
ether? In the butt?
Yeah.
What is it? I don't know.
The ether.
In
I
the
wrote
butt.
that about Ronnie Jackson. He babbled something, and I was like, "There's nothing more depraved or this than a man in the midst of an ether binge or whatever that line is from."
Nice.
What was
Nice.
I looking up? Oh, Cyrus Fees. What the hell? Cyrus Fees. There's Cyrus. That's not Cyrus. That is a horrible. No, that's not him. That is him. I'm like, what the hell is? Oh, I didn't realize he was that old. I thought he was younger. He is one of the reasons that I've been doing like 3 bare knuckle boxers is that he is on air host for bare knuckle fighting promotion.
Is he?
Yes.
The one that's like
What the fuck
taking
is his
off?
name? I don't know. In this corner. What did I say it was?
In the ring. You were close.
I'm
You had a
so-
bigger you had a bigger set. This is a subset
Yeah.
in this corner with Cyrus Feast.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we'll put a link to that in our notes so people can check out your fighter art.
My fighter art. Because, yeah, he hit me. And I like doing them. Don't get me wrong. They are satisfying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them are done kind of in an under the gun fashion.
Not your
like
best,
this.
not your most preferred mode. I know.
No, my preferred mode apparently is the hours from about 10:30 to 1 in the morning, where you get like tired and logy, and you're kind of falling asleep at the monitor. But at that moment, you have that inspiration of, oh shit, he looks like an ape. I should draw him like that. you know. I think one of the best ones I did.
Okay.
One of the best ones I did was for a guy named Richmond. Something the Marine Richmond. I really should learn their names.
Okay.
But it is one that I kind of did. Huh? Yeah. But it's one I did at the last minute.
They're just file
not at the
names
last
for you.
They are, and it's kind of funny because you look at them in the ring and they do look like monsters, but then you find the casual photos of them. And I even asked Cyrus this. I go, okay. I go, the guy looks like he'll just kill you where you stand. What's he like? He goes, oh, in the ring, he's a beast. He goes, but he's funny. you know, he's like this really quiet, gentle beast of a man outside the ring. And you're like, I don't see that. you know, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Notice he didn't take the word beast out of it.
No, this guy, Richmond, actually, it's one of my favorites that I've done. He's kind of all tied in like this, hunched over his hands, and he wears like this tiger striped loincloth thing, with his name across the front, Richmond. It's one of the best or the better that I've done of these. And the fighter loved it. He posted it to his own Instagram and his own Twitter and stuff. So I've been getting like
Nice.
so-and-so likes a post you're mentioning,
Nice.
likes a post. I'm like, what the hell is this? And so, Yeah, and the one I did
Send me
last
that
week.
file, and I'll make it the. Send me that file, and I'll make it the picture for this on the website.
Oh, the Richmond. Okay.
Yeah, we'll put it out on our own stuff.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
So this lag is fun.
The lag is yeah. Oh, Big Ben Rothwell. That was another good one that I did here recently. Another bare knuckle
I have a
boxer.
question for you.
At some point, I'll watch the sport.
See, every time I hear bare knuckle, I was gonna say every time I think of bare knuckle boxing, I think of Every Which Way But Loose. That's my only point of reference for it.
Right turn, Clyde.
Exactly. Well, that's what he did. He was a bare knuckle fighter in that
Uh-huh.
movie. So I always envisioned, Clint Eastwood beating the crap out of that dude with the black mustache from the 70s.
And I think that because Cyrus was telling me that it's less damage, but he said it's more brutal to watch because there's a lot more cuts. But because they're
I
not
could see
wearing the
that.
rings, they're not wearing the gloves to pad them. They're not. I
Mhm.
mean, there's no cushion. You're just taking a shot to the jaw, and your teeth rattle around. And he says there's less permanent damage. So,
Like I said earlier, I could see that because with the padding on your hand, you're able to land the blows harder. So in
Mhm.
theory, because a bare knuckle shot's going to hurt you as bad. If you hit somebody in the jaw with a bare knuckle shot, it's going to hurt your hand like hell. So
Yes, it is.
interesting.
So yeah, so
Okay,
yeah,
I have a
that's
question for you.
uh-huh.
Circling back.
Yes.
So last week, I'm just trying to steer somewhere else. So last week, I saw this clip of Jason Sudeikis performing "Shallow" by Lady Gaga with Will Forte, and as we were watching it, which was kind of random, but as we were watching it, he had on a shirt that said "Thunder Gong." So of course, Laura and I started looking, and that's apparently a thing that takes place in your town.
Yeah, it's the
Tell me
he
about Thunder Gong.
it's a fundraiser for something for a charity. It's a charity event that he does during
Okay, I got
baseball
that much.
season.
Thanks. You're helpful.
Yeah, I don't remember which charity it's for, but he just started here in the last couple of years. But prior to, well, he still does. There's the big slick event, which is he, Paul Rudd, Eric Stone Street, David Keckner, Emily Gardner is going to be a part of it this year. A bunch of people who basically are from Kansas City, and they host a charity event for one of the Children's Mercy Hospital, I believe. So that's Big Slick, and then Thunder
Okay.
Gong is one he set out and does, which is a little bit same idea. It's a charity event, but we'll just look it up on this computer.
Well, I looked it up today, and then I was like, as I was looking at it, because I was curious, and I was looking at it, and then it had visit our sponsors. I'm like, holy crap, is Steve's company a sponsor? And I started scrolling through looking for y'all. You are not.
We are not. I think that would be almost that would be very hard to, I think, get our company to
It seemed a little off-brand.
it would be wildly off-brand for us.
Perhaps.
Yes. But yeah, Jason Sudeikis,
There I am.
Will Forte,
I'm
Fred
back.
Armisen. Yeah, that would be fun.
I thought so too. It's interesting. Okay, I was just curious if you knew any more about it than I had found. No big deal. So,
Hey, we got a hotel for
a few weeks ago. This ties into our. Hey, we do.
Yeah,
I gotta get a flight for Comic-Con.
now I got to do flights.
I gotta get a flight booked.
Oh, here's a fun fact. My shithead brother-in-law, ex-brother-in-law, dipshit,
Hit me.
Child alimony,
Mm-hmm.
non-payer, child support. When I draw, I do seem to lose
Lives in Mexico,
control.
doesn't he? If I remember the lore.
Oh, he lives in Mexico, but he works in San Diego. And he wants my nephew Bradley. Oh man, you're spinning wheels of death. Because you kind of have to hear the story because it involves you and uh, crap. Anyway, oh, and wow, Bruce is totally gone right now. And if we are still broadcasting, it's just be by myself. And crud. All right, so let's see. I was going to say what to talk about while we wait for Bruce to come back. I will talk about. I don't know what to talk about. We can talk about the NFL draft, which is happening in my city, which bah, 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 bah. Nah, I don't want to talk about that. Oh man, this happens too often. I should have prepared material. I should have a script. I should have like a set of talking notes, and I should just do two jokes for 10 minutes while we wait for Bruce to come back on. Oh, wait a minute. He might be coming back. Might be coming back.
I heard you missed me. I'm back.
Yeah. No, so
Can
it's
you hear
one of
me?
these things I need to when this happens. I
Okay.
need to have like prepared material. So
Just
anyway,
riff. So
no,
you
well,
were
that's
telling
the
me
whole.
your deadbeat ex brother-in-law lives in San Diego.
Yeah, well, works in San Diego, lives anyway. He wants to have Bradley and
That's right.
even my other nephew come visit him in late July, somewhere around the 21st, 19th, basically the same time that I'm there.
So I have to keep you on a short leash, is what you're telling me.
Oh, so I said, well, geez, I go, and I told the boys, I told my older nephew, and I was like, hey, I go, it just so happens if you really go out there, because he promises shit like this all the time and he never does it. If you're really out there,
Right.
take my number, call me. I can't go this night. I can't go this night. And I may not be able to do anything this day. I go, but call me and Bruce will come out and will intimidate your dad for a while.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yes. Please sign me up. Make that happen.
Yeah, because I'm going to
Make
say
that happen. 100%.
the ex brother-in-law kind of dumb, really dumb. So it'd be a flashback to working at Arby's. Monosyllabic words all night long, just grunts and chuckles and dick.
I said dick. It's like living with a 19-year-old.
Yeah. I told my
Yeah.
nephew, I go, if you do go, come out and I will buy you drinks, because where we screwed up with Bruce's boys is they ordered their own drinks and walked up to the bar and said, I'll have a gin and tonic, my good man. At which point, I'll see you at ID, my good man. And they were gone.
You got to admire the confidence they had, though. They were all in. I will give them that.
They were all in. I think that if Jack
So,
had ordered instead of Connor,
my
it would've
Wi-Fi
worked.
is doing weird shit.
I could tell you're kind of up and then you're pixelated and then
I don't know.
you're
Jack is
good
the
and then
G&T man, so yeah. I'm having some significant Wi-Fi issues tonight, in case you
okay.
can't tell. So what if we just did this as like a short thing, and we'll reconvene this at a later date, because this isn't going to work tonight.
Okay.
What do you think?
We can try that. I could tell you about seeing Mile High Comics.
I'm sorry. Oh, cool. And I have a what's on your desk that I believe will lead to topic, but I want to save it so we can actually see it. So let's do that. Let's just call this. We'll leave this as a teaser, and and or something, and then we'll just maybe. What do you think about Sunday night? Maybe
Sunday night should work. Yeah, Sunday night would be fine.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
All right, we'll call
we can
this
punt, we can punt
59.
on this one.
We'll call this 59A and 59. I can't hear you. I'm calling it. Good night.
Bye. Oh man, we might still be on. No, it doesn't matter.